I also start all of my presentations whether I'm doing a conference annual meeting or at the meetings here with the word stewardship. We are stewards on behalf of resources that have been committed to us through employers of the church or through individual employee contributions. So our role is as stewards of those dollars that we are entrusted with. And marks of stewardship that I call attention to the board, even as they're evaluating me during it, how do we manage those dollars with a view of stewardship? And you'll see over the last 5 years, our budget has gone up about a little over 10% over a 5-year period. But that is less than the consumer price index, both nationwide of 11% plus and in the Northeast region. So our budget is increasing at a lesser rate than the cost of living, about 2% a year. And so all that we do in all of our compliance, which is increasing dramatically, all of our requirements of what we are required to do, both legally and in terms of performance, do that at a rate that is less than the rate of inflation. So the stewardship of the dollars received in terms of our operations. Similarly, stewardship in terms of the all-in cost of managing our fund. 80 basis points, that's less than 1%, it's 0.8%. That is the all-in cost. That's the charge for all of our investment functions, our investment managers, all our administrative costs. That's the all-in cost of operating the pension board's operation. Again, less than 1%, 0.8%. And that compares favorably with all other church plans. In fact, I reported to the proxies in our meeting yesterday that we are the lowest among all large church plans. The range is between 80 and 120 basis points, and we are the lowest. So we are very effective in terms of our overhead cost structure, in terms of what we deliver to our members. Similarly, if you would look at just for professionally managed mutual funds from Morningstar, the 15,000 actively managed mutual funds, they have a fee basis of 155 basis points just for investment alone. So the net result is our members have a benefit of 1 to 1.5% additional performance because of our reduced cost and fees, because the performance that we report is net of fees is again improved by 1 to 1.5% because of how we operate. So again, stewardship in terms of the operation. This number here, I pulled this out new. I thought it might be of interest. Anyone know what that 938 million represents? It is the reported December 31, 2010 total giving in the United Church of Christ. So if you go to the yearbook, in those pages that summarize the total giving, the bottom line giving as of December 31, 2010 was 938 million plus. Didn't have the number for 2011 yet, but I wanted to put that up there. And I think of that in the concept of stewardship as well, because when I look at that number, about 10% of that number comes to the pension boards in the form of dues and insurances paid by local churches on behalf of members. So the total giving that comes into the pension boards from the total giving of the church is about 10%. And so again, how are we stewards of those dollars that are given on behalf of others, but the operating dollars out of that component that we really focus on that as well from a stewardship perspective.